But no, Enola Holmes, really? So no, she there's one thing. There's another like a good idea for a second popping through the surface when she's having that fight with Ugly McGee, right? There's a moment after like it's coming back to the fucking choreography of showing, oh look, Helen Bonham Carter and Millie Bobby Brown are fighting. Now she's fighting this fucking gross man the same way, right? But then there's a certain move where she was like, sweep the leg, Johnny, and she can't do it because he's, you know, a foot taller and heavier and everything else. So like now it's different weight, and she like, oh shit. I'm like, oh, that's kind of clever, having where she's actually like stunned for a second. She's only used to fighting one person in particular and didn't work out the same way she wanted it to.
You know what would have been cool? Instead of Henry Cavill playing Sherlock Holmes,
and yeah, anyone else, because it's
it
a
was
weirdly
Robert
weird
Downey Jr.
casting.
again.
Yeah,
and they directed all the fight scenes like the fight scenes in Sherlock Holmes.
yeah, that would have been better.
Cool. That would have been pretty sick.
The movie,
is she a detective though? Like I don't even
yes.
understand.
I think
What
she ends it. She's
is she
like, I'm a
Nancy
detective.
Drew
Sure.
detecting, or is she like?
No, I don't know. She's going after. That's the problem. It's like the movie didn't know what it wanted to be. It kept trying to make it something else. It was like, I'm a romance movie. I'm an action
it was
movie.
like
I'm
a Nancy Drew type of like, and that was the geared audience.
I don't know. The real problem was the fact that the movie did not. What really pissed me off more than anything was I really wanted them to like. For actually, no. Here's the real issue: the most underwhelming establishing shots and landscape shots I've ever seen in a movie. They're like, look at this giant empty field.
Were they just generic shots, or they just weren't?
No, it was just like they're like, well, I don't know. Let's look for the most boring places visually in all of the fucking vast landscapes this country has to offer.
Here's the post office.
Like, no, not even that. They're like, look at this. See, there's one shot where they do a shot of like them pulling up a carriage to a fucking giant estate, and it's like picture an entire football field length of cut grass with 6 trees. They're like little fucking, you know, like trees you have bordering a fucking driveway.
Yeah.
Just 6 of them.
That's what I figured you meant.
That's sparse, but there's 100 yards of field. So it's 3 on each side. Not 6 total, 3 on each side. You have like one on the 20-yard line, one on the 45, and then one on the opposing 15. And that was like, this is a good set decorating. And every shot was like that. And every shot was the lighting was so bad too. There's one scene, when you picture an office in London in like the 1700s, don't you picture like dust everywhere and very cluttered and dark and gloomy?
Yeah, yeah. And
no,
like
instead they're like, what if it just looks like it's a community college with regular fluorescent lighting in it, and it's very empty and naked? And the funny part was, in the one shot when Henry Cavill's talking to Enola, there's one in the background from where she's sitting. You can see one bit of light coming in through the window, and you know, like when you see like a light shining through when you see like all the dust particles.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, oh, that's what that whole shot should have been. So you had it kind of in the background. And there's also a bunch of shots too where like the eye line doesn't match up. Where like Henry Cavill walks left and it cuts to a shot from the right, looking at Enola Holmes. It's like, that's jarring. Good work on that one. Nice. And also the editing. Oh my god, here's the funniest part. I fucking wrote it down. I'm like looking for it at like 1 hour and like 14 minutes, right? It's like 1 hour, 14 minutes and 11 seconds. Henry Cavill's talking, right? And he's walking as he talks. And then it's like, let's say from like 1 hour, 14 minutes and 7 seconds, he starts talking, he's walking. At the 11.15 second mark, it cuts to Millie Bobby Brown's face when she's not talking, just to her to look at him talking for 0.3 seconds. And it goes right back to him walking. I'm like, what the hell was the point of breaking that up? Do you think we're that disinterested we can't stare at him for another second? That gorgeous guy?
Exactly. He's a gorgeous guy.
He is pretty hot. The only problem, though, is they were like, let's just have him let's give him kind of goofy hair. Sherlock Holmes should have a little bit of a goofier hairstyle. And also, honestly, after seeing him in Mission Impossible with a mustache, I don't want to see him any other way.
Yeah, that dude rocks.
It's like when you see Tom Selleck with a mustache, it's like, ugh, disgusting. And everything else. Same thing with Henry Cavill after seeing him that way. If you don't have a mustache, you look like kind of a dickhead now.
Dude, honestly, I wasn't at all what they did with him, but when we saw the trailer for the last Mission Impossible, which he was in the last one, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was like going like a timepiece, like he was gonna be in World War II fucking general or some shit. He looks like he should be in a World War II.
Yeah,
movie.
man, it sucks he's British, man. It sucks that he's just not cool because he's fucking.
I mean,
you know what's actually that's
him,
fucked up. We had a British person play the American superhero, man. Superman is the classic American hero with all the American tradition, all the values and everything. We had a fucking Brit playing him. That's fucking that's sacrilege.
Obviously, you think Christopher Reeves is the best Superman, but
correct.
I think you should describe your rationale for why. Because I think you hit
my rationale for what. Can you give me a little more? You always do this for me. You're always like,
did you notice I was in the middle of the question? Do you notice I didn't finish asking it? You notice you get mad whenever you start speaking and someone cuts you off. You say, "Hey, let me finish asking it," then you'll know what I'm talking about. Did you notice that? As I was gonna say you should describe why you think he's so special.
I heard that part already, Robbie.
You hit on
Yeah,
details
what
that
part
most
is
people don't
that?
think. Am I done talking?
I don't know, Rob. You're just looping back now.
Forget it.
Running it back.
Forget it, bro.
Oh, yeah. Cut your nose despite your face.
You're out of bounds.
You're out of bounds. I just steal my lingo. Why don't you?
Yeah, why don't I?
You just did.
I did.
I'll do it again.
I might as well.
I don't know, man.
I was just gonna say that, but I knew you'd get pissed if I said
I
that.
don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
No, Christopher Reeve is the best Superman by far. He's also the only one. It's like how, whenever any actor gets cast in the part of playing a superhero, they're like, well, I have to play both the superhero and the man himself, and that's a lot of work. They're not paying me to do two roles here, so I'm just gonna pick one or the other and do that one great, and the other one I'm gonna do terrible. But Christopher,
who do you think does the one of them terribly?
Okay, let's go through this. Val Kilmer, Batman. Val Kilmer, Bruce Wayne. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I thought you were talking about Superman though.
I said superheroes in general.
Oh, I thought you meant Superman specifically. Like the only other guy is Henry Cavill, and yeah, he's not great.
Tom Welling, Clark Kent. Okay, Superman.
Yeah, not even a little bit.
Not
Sorry,
even,
sorry,
not at all. That doesn't work. That's stupid.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
That's dumb. Fucking Brandon Routh. Better at Superman, pretty terrible at Clark Kent.
Yeah, but is he terrible at Clark Kent? Is it because they tried way too hard to make him Christopher Reeve, and they dressed him up in clothes that made him
It
look
is a
way
little
too
unfair
dorky,
too that they gave him. What if we give him? Yeah, I was gonna say, what if we give him really creepy eyes for the entire movie?
Yeah, you know that thing you're supposed to look into someone to kind of understand who their essence is and who they are as a person.
What if we just stop that
cut
process
off
entirely
to the audience, so they can't relate to this guy?
The movie's already going to have
whatsoever.
random blatant CGI versions, but let's also remove the actual humanity of his eyes as well.
It's crazy how that shit doesn't look as good as it did back then.
Yeah.
Like back then, it's like, God, that looks so real. Now it's like, dude, this looks like fucking PS2. What is going on here? It's crazy how that shit ages. I always think when I see that shit, there's no way they could ever get the graphics better than this. There's no way it's gonna get better than this, and it does. It's insane.
And it does. It's like it's a very similar arc to this cast, where every episode's miraculously better than the last one, and they're like, that's not true. I guess it is. They always get better. But no, really, none of them are able to play both. But like the way fucking Christopher Reeve changes his it's the physicality of it. The fact the scene, you look at the scene of him going from dropping her off as Superman to then picking her up as Clark, and the way he lowers his shoulders and his voice is weaker and he leans in with his chest, and then when he takes off his glasses and he stands tall and his voice drops and his fucking it's like a physical chemical reaction has changed.
He was really a tremendous actor.
He really was. Unfortunately, wasn't popular amongst horses. They were very not big fans of him. They were much more into Gene Hackman. They're like, no, Lex Luthor should have won, dude. Fuck you. It's a problem, man. And everyone thinks that horses are just like they're harsh critics.
I think what you
they're even harsher kickers.
So I thought of the George Reeve thing because of the South Park episode.
George Reeves.
Did I say George Reeve?
You did.
I meant Christopher Reeve, obviously.
Oh, with the stem cell research?
I wanted to know if that bothered you, that episode, though, just because I know how much you adore him.
It's hilarious.
But what you just described, though, I think would have been a funnier story trend if they made horses sentient in an episode. Like
but that probably would have really pissed people off because they did that episode in like 2004.
I don't think so.
It's like it's not like it's 20 years
removed.
Who
gives a shit though? They did that with.
I think they would have wanted to. I think Comedy Central would have been like, no, they're going to
else.
sue you for it. I think Comedy Central would have
so?
The standards and practice would be like, that's too offensive.
Oh, yeah, got it.
You're not going to have it where you're not going to show him getting reparalyzed.
I don't know. I think breaking the fetuses and slurping
the spine like it's a fucking oyster.
I mean,
so it made me think. It made me want oysters.
Wow, really?
Isn't that interesting? I watched Christopher Reeve devour a fetus, and I was like, I want an oyster.
Like you're on like if someone was in here right now like of a PhD in the field of psychiatry and everything.
Psychiatry.
Yeah, psychiatry.
Yeah, psychiatry.
I'm going on a long-winded way trying to say I think you're insane that you're like I wanted oysters.
Did you not? Now that I'm saying it, do you not want an oyster right now?
I would love that fucking.
I'd love to have oysters right now.
I can't believe I went through my entire life not knowing oysters.
See, people who don't eat mollusks, I don't get it.
And he said, we know this one's about mollusks. And then 6 months later, he does Octopus's Garden. It's crap like that.
Crap like that, really. I sent that to Craig Bierko a while back.
Really?
Yeah, he liked it. I think he
retweeted
it. He was talking about.
That's a guy we haven't talked about in a while. How's he doing?
I think he was talking about Craig. I think he was talking about either Stephen Colbert sent it, or he mentioned. I think he mentioned about the Beatles and like, yeah, but you know all that drama with Octopus Garden. I sent him just the clip of it.
Yeah.
Everyone who's listening who's not familiar, me and Craig Bierko are actually best friends. And I'm like, who's Craig Bierko? I'm like, oh, just one of the coolest guys ever. Actually, I'll give him his number one identifier, being my best friend. So, you know.
Okay.
Craig, Alex's best friend, Craig Bierko.
Yeah.
It's just another New Yorker. That's what it comes down to. And everyone who's like, being from New York's not a personality. It actually is.
It is.
Proof that it is every time I find an actor I like, I'm like, damn, the actor is great. Look where they're from. They're also from New York. Christian Slater, from New York.
Yeah, and this one time I discovered this actress who I absolutely fell in love with, and it turns out she's from New York. Talking about Ruth.
That's true. Another one from fucking New York, Ruth. Dude. And I was shocked. I'm like, wait, that's not her actual accent? I was like, no, dude, she's from New York.
When that douchebag from Power threatened her and she said, come and get some, or whatever she said.
Yeah. You're like,
oh my God,
dude, she's from the Bronx. She's from Co-op City for sure.
My heart skipped several beats.
She's from the Bronx, bro. She's getting that cream, dude. For sure.
I love how she talks.
Yeah.
I love her twangy fucking, the way she says fuck
I know.
is so good.
But the problem is, it's like, obviously, now you have a new objective. It's just for this cast to take off so you can ask her on a date. I get it. But the problem is, how do you broach the topic of being like, so, can you do more like, do you still have that voice in your arsenal of tools? Can we go more of like the Missouri? The kind of, can you go like, just picture you're at Mizzou right now.
I tell you what, I can deal with the voice not being reality.
Yeah.
I want to look past that. But that little pout thing she does,
it's pretty cool.
That has to be like an actual thing she does. Otherwise, it's no go.
Whenever people who are doing accents and things, whenever I watch them, every once in a while, I just like zone out for a second. I'm like, damn, that's like when we were watching Succession the other night. I was like, Tom was crying and Shiv was crying, and I was like, damn, they're both crying in accents right now because he's British doing an American, and she's Australian doing an American accent, and they're both crying and it sounds perfect. I was like, that's some really good fucking ability right there.
Tom's voice is the weirdest fucking voice he could have.
I know. I don't know how the hell he chose that as his American accent.
For anyone who has no idea what he sounds like
like Matthew McFadyen and anything else.
Well, I was gonna say he sounds like Darth Maul.
Yeah,
he sounds just like the guy.
Yeah, he does. Peter Seraphins, Seraphins.
Peter, I think Seraphus is correct. That sounded pretty.
Peter Seraphiniwiz is get a new name, guy. What's his middle name? Cinnamon. I'm allergic to cinnamon. Damn. Look at Peter S. Who do you think the top 5 Peter S's are on IMDb? This is the part where we talk about the top 5 Peter S's on IMDb.
We do that a lot, actually. You talk about the top 5s a lot on IMDb.
Who do you think the top 5 Peter S's are?
Peter S's?
Don't look it up.
I'm not.
Get your phone, boy.
I'm on Snapchat.
Dude, Peter S's, number 1.
Peter... I can't think of his name, but the guy's in Bosom Buddies. Isn't his name Peter S?
Peter Scolari, he's number 5.
Oh, damn, I'm good.
Rest in peace. Peter, who do you think Peter 4 S is?
Fuck, I'm struggling. I need a hint.
Well, Peter 3 is what we were just talking about. Peter Seraphwiz, the guy from the Tick.
Oh, okay.
So he's 3. Peter Scolari is 5.
Peter Skarsgård.
1, 2, and... Huh?
Peter Sarsgaard.
He's 2.
Peter S. Fuck.
So you need 1 and 4.
I'm never going to guess 1 if I didn't get it from those names I said.
Well, no, 1. The fact that 1 is fucking blowing my mind right now.
Okay, so
number 4, you're not going to get, but you know it's Peter Sellers. Okay.
I never would have guessed Peter Sellers.
I know.
Who that is.
But what?
I know who that is.
Yeah. So you wouldn't have guessed, but you know what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
We're all familiar with Peter Sellers. Peter Scolari, Peter Sellers, Peter Seraphwiz, Peter Sarsgaard, and then number 1 is John Abruzzi himself.
Dude, what?
I know.
I mean, he's a pretty prominent TV guy.
The fact that he's ahead of those guys is fucking... The fact that he's ahead of any of those is fucking insanity.
What?
And then the next 3 Peters listed, because for some reason IMDb says people look up results, they want 8.
Yep.
That's the number they want. Not 5, not 10. They want 8. So
wait, it doesn't show the top 5 first. Then when you hit more results, it's 8.
But the next
goes 8.
It's just 8. You get 8,
ridiculous.
and then you have the option for more results. But yeah, the first 8. The next 3 are nobodies. They're fucking zeros. If I don't know them, they're no one. That's what it comes down to. If I don't know an actor, they've never acted in anything before in their entire lives.
That's a pretty good point.
It is. But what were you? Matthew McFadyen, accents. Let's dial it back a little bit. Accents, Shiv, crying, Ruth.
The voice is amazing.
I know.
I feel like I guess the root of his voice is kind of there, but like
Cousin Greg.
It's pretty far removed. He doesn't
we like
accent.
him.
Yeah, not a New Yorker though.
Fucking
pretty close to New Yorker. Isn't he around our age
Beth
also?
Page, closer to your age. I think he's like 31.
Like 32. Okay, so there's a good chance we could have run into him somehow.
Yeah, it's a possibility, man. We could be like sidekick.
That would been fucking awesome.
See, again, everyone's gonna talk to him about fucking Succession. I don't care about Succession. I want to talk about his long, fruitful friendship with Michael Aragano.
Exactly. I love Michael Aragano.
Yeah, I don't
even know why.
Yeah, because
I've always liked him. He's from fucking New York.
He's from New York.
And also, for those who think we like Succession, we only got into Succession because Cousin Greg's in it.
That's exactly why. Exactly. It's because of him. Because the Dark Horse will take over the company at the very end.
Speaking of Succession, though, fucking when you said that they canceled it and the actors didn't know until the table read, I thought Jeremy Strong must have fucking
broke down.
Out.
Yeah. I can't even imagine how he handled his father dying.
I know. I mean,
everything I've seen says how
attacks.
he apparently takes he's not a method actor in a dickhead way. He's just a method actor in the way where he really tries to live the life, I guess.
But it's interesting though. Do you think he was the best performance in that episode? Because I would argue no for all the shit he puts himself through. I don't think his performance necessarily.
I think Roman had a better performance.
I think it was phenomenal.
Kieran Culkin, he was like,
I thought he sold it the best actually.
I don't just wet the bed. I can act my ass off.
He had a Coke before he goes, he's going to wet the bed.
Isn't it Pepsi?
Pepsi. It probably is Pepsi.
There's no way they got Coke for that.
Fuck!
Movie, dude.
Such an idiot.
Yeah, man. Fucking loser.
No, I can't remember. It's a good movie. I've referenced that in a long time.
Yeah. I think I wish I could have been born 15 years sooner and rose to prominence at the exact same time of Kieran Culkin and gone against him for every single part he's ever gotten.
No, I wish what you just said, but just because of the fact that everything we're into is from 15 years ago, with our current age, we've been the age of everybody else who's into it when it came out at that time, and everything we do currently, we would have been where we are now, but back then, so right now.
Because if I was born in 1984, that would have been cool in general.
Yeah.
But second of all, I could have been like, all right, I want to be Wallace and Scott Pilgrim. I'm gonna be Wallace. It's my part now. Like, that's fucking bullshit. I'm like, well, fuck you. All right? Macaulay Culkin's like, that's not my name. I'm like, okay, Rory's like, really, Rory, you don't know who I am? Fuck you. And yeah, you're right. My bad.
That's who you want to be in that movie?
In that movie?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, without a doubt. I want to just keep stealing Anna Kendrick's boyfriend.
I don't know who I want to be, but I definitely would not want to be Wallace first. I think I'd want to be probably Scott Pilgrim, honestly.
I don't think I could play Scott Pilgrim.
I didn't know this was the question. I thought I didn't understand the question. I'm sorry. I thought we were just saying the character we'd want to be if we were in this universe. I didn't realize it was who we could act as.
I don't think I could play him in that movie. I would love to be in that movie.
I could play Anna Pill's.
Whenever I see a movie I like, I'm like, oh, I'd love to be in that. So yeah, that'd be cool if I was in that movie. The only person I could ever do justice for that movie would be that. I think if I was Scott, they'd be like, this guy's way too cool. He can't be a loser.
That's a good point.
He's too fucking awesome.
Really, this guy can't beat up Chris Evans?
Yeah, exactly. This guy can destroy him.
Easy. Ralph, what's
fuck
he gonna
Chris
do?
Evans. You know who you'd be? You'd probably be.
I just said I'd play. I said Anna Pill.
Johnny Appleseed.
What's her name? Allison Pill.
Yeah.
I'd play her part.
No. You're not nearly as cute as she is.
The only thing I could do in the movie is the drums.
No, I think you'd be fucking Johnny Appleseed. Is that his name? Is his name Johnny Appleseed?
I think so. I think it is Johnny Appleseed.
No, that's the thing. What's his actual name? What's this dumb... I think it's Johnny Simmons, maybe?
No, isn't Johnny... it's Johnny Sins.
It is Johnny Simmons. Johnny with 2 N's and a Y.
That's annoying. Did you really need both ends?
Brad and Percy and Wallflower. Nice, man. Young Neil. You'd be Young Neil.
Who's Young Neil? Oh, that guy sucks.
We're just talking about.
That guy sucks.
You make him better. Be an easy job. Make him a better character.
What is he? He's the bass player guy, right?
He's the
Isn't he in that dumb movie where he gets like an erection and he can't lose or some shit? Or he just has these just absorbent amounts of cum nonstop,
bro.
You know, he's in some dumb fucking movie where he like hits puberty at 28 or something. I don't want to hear about your
dreams, dude.
It's not my dream.
Oh yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. He said 28 thing. Yeah, it's called like the late bloomer, isn't it?
Yeah, he hits puberty at like 35. He's like,
oh my god, he was in the Stanford Prison. That movie sucked.
That's that guy, right?
Yeah.
That guy sucks. I don't want to play that guy. Like,
grow up already.
That's a great title.
After being. Wait, this doesn't say that he's going through puberty in this title, and I feel like that's something you'd have to say in the description. So now I'm thinking it's not that movie because there's no way you'd gloss over that fact.
We'll definitely say he's going through puberty.
I don't know,
like my Trey Parker.
Yeah, I knew it was happening.
That's pretty good. We have pretty good at voices all of a sudden.
Yeah, man.
What I do, I don't know if I can do it here.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I can't do it while you're ahead. Don't do it sober.
I don't know. You could be him. You could be the singer, maybe.
No, I want to be one of the vegan cops.
Dude, no shot. Unless they rewrote the third guy. Yeah, there's no way we're getting rid of Tom Jane or Cliff Curtis Jr.
Yeah, those guys break.
That's not his name.
No, it's
Clifton
Cliff,
Collins.
Though. It's Cliff. Yeah, that's
Cliff Curtis Jr. is The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
Cliff Curtis is no junior, just Cliff Curtis. He's The Walking Dead. Clifton Collins Jr. maybe. He's the guy in Capote.
He's also in
that movie with Gandolfini.
Westworld.
Capote, Clifton Collins Jr. I was combining their names.
No, it'd be like it fired up when he's like, Downey was into you, and they do all the flashbacks also, and he's in the background of those scenes.
Yeah.
It'd be the exact same thing where those guys bust through the wall, and I'd just be like, show like this, like, you guys need any help?
So you're telling Edgar Wright how to write his own movie? Huh? See, that's the problem with you, Robbie. You're speaking out of turn.
What'd you say?
So you're telling Edgar Wright how to write his movie now, adding scenes? I'm just saying which person I could have played without changing a thing. Now you're creating new characters and new sub-stories for yourself, man. How do you have some respect for the property?
Well, I guess that just shows I'm a writer.
How do you just have some respect for the property? No, I think you play young Neil.
Yeah, I could probably play young Neil.
I'd be Walsh, you'd be young Neil.
So you also associate me with the biggest loser in each movie, like I do. That's interesting.
I mean, he takes over the band next. I say you'd be the singer too, or I don't think you'd be Chris Evans. I don't think. Maybe you could be fucking. You could be Superman himself.
That's right. That's the part I want.
Yeah, you can be Brandon Routh. I could see you doing that.
Yes, that's the role. I gotta get taller. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I gotta get way taller. So
yeah.
I can only play Little Neil.
Young Neil.
Same thing.
But the thing about that was, because obviously we've always had this discussion before. Whenever we talk about actors, like if
I love when we do this conversation.
If Tatum O'Neal did get cast in Terminator and said Linda Hamilton, obviously fucking Linda Hamilton's career, exactly, even though that came out first, their careers would have immediately switched and diverted entirely.
Yep.
So that means Linda Hamilton would have dated Michael Jackson, and she would have been with John McEnroe.
How did you start doing that? It's so ridiculous that you do that.
Tatum O'Neal would have gone on to be in fucking whatever the fuck Linda Hamilton did between Terminator 2 and Terminator 5.
She was in Beauty and the Beast with Ron Perlman.
Yeah, that was a hit.
Yeah,
so that would have been Tatum O'Neal. The point is, fucking that same thing applies here. So that means if you took over the part as young Neil,
I got to be in that movie about the guy who's the late bloomer.
That came out first, actually. So no.
Okay.
So you wouldn't get to do that. I don't think. Only
I
from
fucked
that
up
point
with
on.
The Bad News Bears thing.
So you'd be Scott Pilgrim versus the World. You'd also be in Perks Being a Wallflower, which would be pretty cool. You get to get your ass kicked a little bit.
Not bad. I get the kiss
and
as a Miller.
Netflix's Girl Boss with Britt Robertson. Girl Boss, Netflix. That show that Netflix said, nah.
Oh, dude, you know what?
He was a drummer in that. He was a drummer in that movie, in that show.
I actually liked him in that show.
Dude,
I forgot about that.
You didn't even watch that show. You watched like one episode of it.
I liked him that one episode.
That show was really good. Netflix was like, Netflix was like, every show gets 3 seasons and then gets canceled abruptly, but Girl Boss, you guys get 1 season and then canceled abruptly.
Which is odd, because didn't Charlize Theron fucking like back that up?
That's a possibility. That sounds like it could have been accurate. And I don't know why. I feel it's like Britt Robertson has the same curse Taylor Kitschich has, where it's like Hollywood keeps saying, let's try it again, and it never works out from there what goes on. You know?
I didn't hear you say it. I wasn't listening.
Britt Robertson has a similar career arc to Taylor Kitschich in the fact that they both just keep getting chances and chances and chances from Hollywood, and even though they're both very likable, nothing seems to work for them. Like, Taylor Kitschich had John Carter for Disney, Britt Robertson had Tomorrowland for Disney. You know?
Yeah. I don't think she's gotten the same amount of chances, though.
She had that TV show on ABC about being a lawyer. She had Life Unexpected. She had the TV show on Netflix. She had, I think Elliot Gould was maybe the guy in it. It was like 1 season show where she was like a mayor or something like that.
Dumb sitcom. It sounds like a
it was like a Suits kind of show on ABC. Oh, she had that. Did not work out. She had Life Unexpected for only 2 seasons. She had Girl Boss for 1 season. She used to be with Dylan O'Brien. I think he's now with he's with someone, dude. Oh god, that's not gonna bother me. That's how we're gonna end it. We're gonna figure out what Dylan O'Brien's up to.
Dylan O'Brien is not in the Teen Wolf movie.
Yeah, because he's too good for it.
How fucking funny is that? I'm surprised he didn't leave the show.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking the guy that plays Superman in Lois and Superman. It's called. Is it called Superman and Lois or Lois and Superman?
I don't know. Hold on. Before I figure out the answer, Dylan O'Brien. I saw a picture of him on like some fucking Instagram or something. And I was like, why is he hanging out with these fucking losers? I'm pretty sure he's dating someone who's like not nearly as famous as him, so he's hanging out with like their co-stars. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. Maybe I'm entirely wrong. Oh, he just had a lot of girlfriends in 2022, apparently.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Now I'm confused as shit. I just built it up for no reason. Who's dated who is saying he's with no one?
Wait, what the fuck? His career. You just want to see who he's dating currently?
Yeah, because it was something funny, but now I can't. This memory's lost like tears in the rain, man.
Nice, that's good.
It's fucking terrible. Fuck it. I don't know. Fuck Dylan O'Brien anyway. Guy's a loser.